Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Swamp Donkey Gardens. Today we're doing a little different. I guess kind of the last time we did a little different, and I guess I gotta apologize for the end of the video. I don't know what happened to it, but editing skills ain't very great. But anyhow, today we're gonna go through a video about cabbages, nice cabbages, big cabbages. No, today is going to be a video. Today is for sauerkraut, and it's kind of funny. We were looking at the derivative of sauerkraut, where it comes from, and me and Mrs. Swamp Donkey were laughing. We were looking on our phones and seeing where it comes from. And actually, sauerkraut isn't German. I thought it was German, or something Polish, whatever, but it's actually Chinese is where sauerkraut comes from. It's Sin Cha. I'm not real great with words, but it took us a little while to figure out what the name of it was. But actually, that's where it comes from. Is back when we were building the Great Wall of China. They fermented cabbage, and it was. But I guess that's where it came from to Germany. But that's why sauerkraut is actually German. The sour would be the sour S, whatever, however you spell it there, and then the kraut would be the cabbage, so it'd be sour cabbage. So it's fermented cabbage. So, but anyhow, let's get into the only thing we're going to need today here. Let's move you down. Get you the things we're going to need. Well, obviously, you almost hit the deck there. Obviously, you're going to need cabbages, which we cleaned, and we took the first skin of it off, which is usually, how you clean it, get rid of the, like this stuff like this isn't going to really hurt much. I mean, if you really wanted to get rid of it, you just peel one more layer off, and that goes bye-bye. And then you can use these leaves later, and we'll get to that later on in a video. We'll save some of those. We'll use them. And I guess the other thing you need is a knife, clean cutting board. Everything's clean with Starzan. I believe in that stuff. It works great. Works for cleans everything off, and it's no rinse cleaner. So but that's that. I think I showed that last time. Starzan. And that bottle there will probably last me for 10 years. So. But yeah, then you get your big knife, and that part there is called the core. You don't want that part, and I split one up earlier here just to show you. I split it up in threes, but you don't really have to split it up in threes. You can just split it up in twos. And then you get your core there. You don't want that part, so I usually split it up in one more time, just so you can get it out of there and kind of get that out of there. You don't want that in there. It's real fibrous. It's real, So we'll get rid of that. And like I said, I cleaned everything. I sanitized everything. Sanitized the slicer, which you don't have to use a slicer. I like to use a slicer. You can just do it. Just slice it nice and thin with a knife, and just go from there. There's tons of ways you can do it. I have a friend that is he has a whole setup. It's like they have mandolins, big boards and mandolin with a blade in there and mandolin. There's tons of ways you can do it. As long as you get it cut up and get the cores out of there, you should be good. And like I said, these bigger pieces of leaves we'll save them for later. And you're gonna get the outer leaves, some falling off, which is no big deal. Just get rid of them, or just set them outside for later. We'll get to them. But yeah, there's a couple different kinds of sauerkraut. I guess we'll just lean down here. It came from China, obviously, or wherever over in there, the Orients. But then there's once it got to Germany, there's Bavarian sauerkraut, and it helps to have a really sharp knife. Some of these are pretty tough. Which a Bavarian sauerkraut, and see, here's another way I can do it. I just got a half of one there. And we'll just turn you down. I guess we could just turn you down and I could just keep talking while we're doing things. I like to get the bigger knife out and just kind of V down through there and get most of it. And you can push her down through that way too. But the Bavarian sauerkraut would be, you would add sugar to it. That's a Bavarian style. You could do a Polish style sauerkraut, which is which you add sliced carrots to it, which I thought that sounded pretty good. But we're going to do it this way. This is the way I know how to do it, and this is the way that's delicious to me. So yeah, we'll come back here in a minute. We got 4 more to do, and we'll be back in a minute here to get the next step. All right, we're back. We got all that. That's all our cabbage. We gotta get ready and slice up. And like I said, there's so many ways to do. We'll get to set them over there for now. To do sauerkraut. There was another one that I was going to tell you about, but I forgot what it was. So we'll just set those all over there for right now. That'll be all our skins. We'll set these over here just to get our room for. And yeah, I usually have a nice cleanup mess. I don't care what I do, I always have a mess. So we'll line up our cutting board with the back of our slicer here. And I'm usually setting my slicer on about let's say about a 1/4 inch. Out there on 5 would be half. Yeah, we'll go a little less than half. We'll see how that goes. So, but like I said, you need cabbage. Coming back to what you know, all the supplies that you would need. You don't want to use iodine salt or salt with iodine in it, like regular. I think we have some up here. Just that. You don't want to use that. I use pickling salt. And then you would need a vessel, which I get these buckets from my local bakery. They just come with, I think there's icing was in them, but they're all food grade buckets. They're pretty nice. I think these are 4.5 gallons. Yeah, 4.25 gallons. These ones are. And they come with a nice handle, and they're easy, nice. They're all nice and cleaned, and I cleaned them up. You know, I sanitized everything. So, and that's one thing you can use. I mean, you can use a glass jar, which I'll show you later. I have one over there. Let's put this up a little bit. And then you need something to put on top, which I used just the other day in the apple press, which it fits in there pretty decent. You don't want something with too much size, because you gotta weight it down. But we'll get to that part. But I was just kind of showing you what all you're gonna need, and then you're gonna need something for a weight and whatnots. Let's put you down a little bit here and do a little slicing and show you that process. Now I'll slice these. I know that's gonna be big enough for my blade. If I can pull this out of the way, you can see the gap that I have there between my blade and my. Now be careful, because these blades are sharp. See, I'll pull that one off. And we'll turn it on and we'll get the slicing. And put my safety thing back here and just holds it up there. And there's really no rhyme or reason or anything behind it. It's just getting her sliced all up. Hey, just zing right through it. Yep. our suction cups aren't suctioning. You can even go a little thinner than that. Yeah, I think it would probably take about the same time to slice it with a knife, but like I said, I got the tools, might as well use them. Coming down to the end of that, or almost down to the outside leaf there. Shush. Yeah, we're down to the outside leaves. Like I said, we'll save them for later. We'll put them on. I'll show you what we're going to do with them later. So let's do another one. Get her through here and. Yeah, they make all sorts of devices to shred sauerkraut. My one friend said he has an automatic one where you just, well, it's a crank one, but you just put it in there and you can put a whole head of thing in there without the core. And he said he did 100 pounds in about 25 minutes. Yeah, this is no rhyme or reason. Doesn't have to look pretty. It's all going to be smashed up and make sure you use the easy. Oops. And the first couple on like these ones like this, I'll just do it by hand. I'll get your stuff out of the way there. Once it gets going, not really slicing it, I guess you're kind of chipping it too. Yeah, fresh sauerkraut is so good. Oh, a lot of people don't like it. I do. And I made some a couple of weeks ago, and I just threw the jug into the, and I'll show you the jug here in a little bit. I just threw it in the closet in there, and Carrie come by and she says, do you have something in the closet in there, sauerkraut or something? And I said, yeah. I said, can you smell it? She said, yeah, the whole room smells like it. So I moved it. I moved it down into the fruit cellar. That's where it should have been anyhow. We'll get through these couple here and save it for later. Like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason here. It's just shredded. This is just the way I do it. Oh yeah, I have stuff all over the place, for sure. But look at all that. I was watching a video on this the other day. I think Scott Head, I think was his name. Southern Gumbo Gardening out of Texas. Yeah, that's who gave me the idea of making the video. Like I said, I made some sauerkraut the other day to ferment. Some fermented cabbage, I guess you should say. But yeah, no, I know it is sauerkraut. But or one of the videos I was watching, it says like you're walking through fresh snow is what it sounds like when you're smushing it. And I guess I can relate. I mean, up here in PA, it's and I guess right now it's October 23rd. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's supposed to frost tonight. So it's gonna get down there close, but I think we'll get where I'm at. I think we'll get frost. So let me finish shredding this up, and I'll be back when we're done. Hey, welcome back. I'm just finishing up. I got mountain cabbage back there, and I'll show you how I'm doing it here. How I'm finishing after I slice it. You don't want big, huge chunks in your kraut. And that's the end of that. Like these, like big chunks like that, you can't use them in there. They don't like to ferment. They don't like to soften up. And so I believe we're done with this. Move this out the way. Actually, we can go take the blade off of this. Put that over there. Down there, right below you guys. I'll clean the rest of that up later. Put that over here. So here we have the stuff that just came out, and I've been going through and kind of running down through it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Like I said, you get them big chunks, long stringies. You get those taken care of and throw them in your bucket or your bowl or whatever you got to do. And by the looks of this, we might, I don't know. After we smash her down, we'll have to see. We might have to start 2 buckets. Which is no biggie. Which I don't think we will, but kind of get this out of the way. Get our slider. And then the next step is salting and pressing. So get that there. Layering, salting, pressing. So get yourself your bucket cleaned, all ready to go. We'll take this pot here, and we'll put a layer in there. It took about half the bucket. Kind of smash her down with I'll kind of smash it down with my fist. I can use this here. This is an old sausage smasher or whatever. It's really old, so but you can smash it down. You kind of want to get the moisture to get rolling out of all the cabbage. That's what this will take care of. And then I always get asked recipes. I really don't know. I know I don't like my sauerkraut super salty, so I just add a pinch, I would say, of salt, and go with your other half a bucket. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, like I said, you could add your caraway seeds. You could add carrots. Which that sounds pretty good. I mean, you could add onions, garlic, you know, whatever you want to it. So that's pretty good there. Smashing down pretty decent. And you just keep layering it. There's no rhyme, no reason. Another layer. You have 2 handfuls. Press it down a little bit. You can see it in there. It's pressing down. It's right about there. A little bit of salt. Sprinkle it around. Like I said, maybe it's very important to use pickling salt or non-iodized. You can use like Himalayan pink salt. You can use, as long as it's not what I showed you before. And this stuff right here probably has a lot of miles on it, I'd imagine. I got this from, I can't even remember. I think one of my great uncles. We got it. If you see little pieces like that, you know, any little brown pieces, get rid of them. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is, how it goes. It's rinse and repeat. And we can really get crazy. You can go with this smasher, which I'll have to turn you for this. Yeah, which I cleaned all this Starzan, just a board with a thing on the end. Smash her down. Oh, watch out the way. Get the boy. And with all that, I think we're about. Keep that up there. Nah, we don't want to put that up there. That's not super clean. We'll just clean it down. And then yeah, it's mashed down. And I don't think we salted that one. I put gloves on because that board there has some splinters on it. So, but we'll get our pinch of salt in there. Bring it back up. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to think 2 buckets. Or a bucket and a quarter. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. And it's so good, I mean you can eat it right now, it's delicious. Delicious. And you get your salt. And now your salt, that's what's going to do your ferment. And I don't add any liquid to this. It makes its own liquid pretty much. So now, once I get up to the top like that, I'll start using this other smasher. And other ways you can do it, you could let it sit for a little bit. You could salt it and let it sit for a little bit. You can cut it up more. And it's already getting its own juice, especially with that smash in there. I think if we get 1 or 2 more layers, let's finish. Oh, you know what? We'll be able to get that all in. That's all we got? Absolutely, we'll get that in there. As I throw it all over, which I never said I was clean. But yeah, getting back to the weather, it's getting into that season. Like I said, it's October 23rd here, and it's definitely fall for sure. We got a lot of leaves changing. Matter of fact, when I was out this morning, the rain felt a little thicker. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but oh yeah, we can definitely fit it all in there. So that's what we got. A little bit more salt on top of that one. And we'll take you down here but yeah, that's sauerkraut right there. We got a whole bucket of it. I don't know the poundage behind it, but I know this pounds. And I got some other exciting news. I guess it was to do with my apple cider video. You know, I had my hillbilly cider press. Well, just so happens to one of my uncles, cousin, second cousin, stopped by the stand. And he had a old time cider press and a grinder. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Had a customer. We'll put this down here, but yeah, he gave me didn't give it to me. I bought it off of him, a cider press. It is so cool. Now I don't have to use the hillbilly one, but that'll be another video another time. We'll take care of that, and we'll get some cider. I've been making cider. But I think this is pretty well packed down in there. I could put this in that cider press and get it packed down in there, but I'm afraid of breaking the bucket. But it's, like I said, it produces its own moisture. I think it's good for that. Yeah, it produces its own moisture. Let's bring it back up. Don't mind my mess. Coming up. We can move this bucket over here. And as you can see, it's moist. I mean, it has its own moisture there. It's coming. Moisture will be there. Let's clean this junky stuff out of here. Ooh, we had a rack. You know me. I like the rack, I guess. We'll just keep it up there. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much all it is to it. That part of it. And so we recapped it. We took our cores out, sliced her up, and then we'll put our press. It's not even a press, I guess. It's just and then we'll put some weight on there. Don't tell Carrie. She told me not to use these plates, but it fits in there perfect. Like perfect. There's no way to anything to get up through there. But yeah, we'll put that press in there, and then all you have to do is you can really do anything. It's just something to hold it down. You don't have to do a weight. A good idea that I got the other day. Let me see here. In the good old Ziploc bag. You know what? I'm going to put this down in the sink so I can set the bag right in there. And just filling it up. You can see a little bit there. I'm just going to fill this Ziploc bag up. And I think we might have to do two here, just to see. Just like I said, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. be like a whole ton of pressure. It just has to hold those plates down underneath. And that will eventually build up water. If I can get this Ziploc bag to zip lock. And that's one way. You can just lay it down on the side if you want. You know what? I'm just going to go with another one and call it a day. And there you go. And then this will press down in there. That'll go to that. I mean, it sticks up right now, but it'll press down in there. It'll definitely, for sure. So that I would say in probably about 2 days that that lid will fit on there. But we'll put this down in a nice dark cool area. You know what I mean? You don't want it heated. I put mine in my fruit cellar. So let's bring you up. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I put mine in my fruit cellar, so that's kind of where I do all mine. So let's move this off to the side. Whoa, excuse me. And like I said, I usually let mine go about 2 weeks. You can let it go. You can let it go longer. Like this here, this setup here. Once this gets smushed down here and that lid seals on there. I mean, I'll seal it, but I'll let it, you know what I mean? I'll let it go. I could put a airlock on here if I really wanted to, but I'm not gonna. But it'll go down there to where I can seal it. It'll keep right in that. You don't have to jar it. You don't have to do nothing. You go down and use it to when you want. It'll keep for, it'll keep for a long time. So, but let's move you down here. And so this is the other one. This is the one I started about a week and a half ago, and as you can see, I had to kind of makeshift my weights for on there, and I just to hold everything under, I just cut up a top of a lid. Yeah, and it's been in there. Like I said, it doesn't have to be any weight on there. I mean, you can see the liquid in there. It's liquidy, and you want everything to stay below that liquid. So, but you can pull it. You know, you can go down every day, and it has sauerkraut is good for you. Good for you. Good for your guts. And that has about another, I'd say about 4 days. Oh God, is that good? Man, is that good. And if you can see in there, let's spin it to this side where you'll get a white foam or a white film. That's just fermentation building up. I mean, to stay safe, like I said, clean your stuff real good with, I use that Starzan. But to stay safe with it, oh God bless it, mercy. But you want to clean everything, like I said, you want to keep everything kind of clean. Oh, we're on. And you can just makeshift anything to go over there. And I have this little dish rag that I have like a 10-pound weight that I set on that one just because that's what I have. And this is glass. So in about 4 days we'll have sauerkraut. Now I think I'll bring you back for that video. Man, that sauerkraut's good. But yeah, this here, back to what we were making. That'll go down in the fruit cellar and smell like fermented cabbage, which is delicious. Some people don't like the smell of it. They say it smells like farts. But I like it. It's delicious. So there you go. That's how you make sauerkraut. And like I said, you can add you can add anything to it. Now, I mean, now from here you can add whatever you want. You can just throw it in the pan and fry it up. You can throw some sausage in there and, you know, make some dumplings. There's so much you can do with sauerkraut. So, but yeah, that's, like I said, you can use anything for a weight, and I'll kind of get that big air bubble out of there. But like I said, it ain't gonna matter, because in a couple days that'll be down there to where I can seal it. And oh, you know what? I guess what we didn't do. Show you what we're gonna do with these leaves. What we do with the leaves, if you want to, like I said, I got that plate on there. That thing fits really nice. So don't tell Carrie. You can lay this on top of your, you know, on top of your sauerkraut, so it'll make kind of a, you know, a seal over your kraut, and then you can put your plate over that, your weight over, you know, and then it's going to seal everything, and then this will be, if anything's going to form, it's going to form on this, and you can just compost. So, well, with all that being said, thanks for joining me. Yeah, that's sauerkraut. Hope you enjoyed it. Later.